folks, and welcome to the Hillbilly Kitchen's Labor Day Pig Pickin'. In this video, we want to give you the basics on how to smoke your own pig. But even more than that, we want to invite you to join us for this family gathering. Get-togethers and cookouts are part of what makes life so special here in the East Tennessee mountains. Now, first of all, you don't necessarily have to have a tractor like we're using to get your pig on the grill, but keep in mind that you're dealing with 150 pounds of flesh. It's not solid, so you are going to have some muscle to lift it if you don't have a tractor. And you got to have a young'un or two at any kind of a gathering, especially if you're doing some kind of big cookout like this, so you can chase them away from the fire for 24 hours or so, because that's right where they're going to want to go. A little bit about this grill. It's made out of 4 layers of cinder blocks, and in between the second and third layer there's a grate, and it's a mezzanine grate, which is basically what they make catwalks out of in buildings. We bought this from a steel shop. It is 3 feet by 6 feet, and we actually got it cut in 2 pieces so that it's not too heavy to lift. The front and the top are made out of poplar boards that have been nailed together with another strip. And a lot of people use plywood when they're making a smoker like this, but we didn't like the idea of having the chemicals from the plywood escape into our food, because these boards are actually going to char, and they are going to release smoke into the food, and the smoke that would come out of the plywood would have some chemicals in it, so we didn't want that. We wanted to use natural untreated wood. You want to preheat your grill before you get started, and you have to keep a fire going the whole time you're doing this. You want to keep the temperature in your grill at about 200 to 250 degrees. Any cooler than that and your pig's not going to cook. Any hotter than that and you're going to have flame ups and you're going to cremate your pig. Now you have to watch it the whole time you're cooking it, and this is a process that will take close to 24 hours. Oh. A pig has a lot of fat on it, and all that fat will burn, and you won't have anything at all left except for ashes. So if you have a flame up, you have to immediately put it out. You'll have to shovel your coals out. You want to have a water hose ready, but you do need to be really, really careful with a water hose, because what you've got when you have a flame up and you're smoking a pig is a grease fire, and water will actually spread a grease fire. But unless you throw a lot of dirt in it, which you don't want to do because you're cooking a pig, you're going to have that water hose to cool down your coal and get your fire out.
cut the cooking time down in half.
About every hour or so, you're going to add 4 or 5 shovels full of hot coals. You actually keep your fire outside burning, and then you take the coals from the fire and put them under your pig. It actually took close to a pickup load of wood. We had to keep the fire burning all night long, and only a portion of the wood actually went into the smoker to cook the pig. We had to let the wood burn down until we got coals and then add the coals to the smoker. You obviously can't just put the wood in there and have the wood burning in there because it would get too hot. You would have the flame ups and your pig would disappear.
Oh, you want to do it? Okay.
And it's done as the rest of it.
Okay, here, I'm
Feel it. Oh, she has the marshmallow fork. I'll get it. Because this was an all-night process, we actually pitched tents out in the yard around the grill so that we could lay down, and also so that Charlotte had somewhere to play. And you can see she really enjoyed the tents and the air mattresses outside. Oh my heavens.
Still washing.
She's hiding from you. We also had to eat all day the day before our pig picking and all night. So we roasted weenies and we put us some barbecued chicken and some baked potatoes on the grill with the pig and cooked them. We also roasted marshmallows at night. Brett played his guitar for us for a while and entertained us all. Charlotte tried out her new camping chair, climbed up and down and in and out of it a few dozen times, and she ran behind all the tents and hid in the dark, so we would have to go find her.
Maybe you left our chicken sit down on the table for an hour and 45 minutes. I will. If you didn't.
Say that for around 45 minutes.
Please don't flip it.
In the morning before the pig roast, after I'd had my coffee, I sat by the fire and peeled a couple dozen apples to make an apple cobbler to go with the pig. It was pretty chilly that day. Everybody started arriving around 11. Aunt Alex brought Charlotte a pig nose so that she could dress for the occasion. Later in the day, she used it for a pocketbook and she carried it around all day, all night, and all day the next day. And we started setting the tables, bringing out all the rest of the food. And by noon, everybody was there. By noon, everybody had arrived, so we set up the tables, brought out the rest of the food, and gave the blessing. We thank God for the abundance that He had provided for us, for our family, for our friends, but most of all for His Son, Jesus Christ. I hope you've enjoyed our pig picking as much as we did. We appreciate you joining us in the Hillbilly Kitchen. Don't forget to click like and subscribe before you leave, and we'll see you next time.